Hello, hello, hello. My name is Shelly and I am a Blue Status presenter with Unique. There's something I've been thinking about for a couple of months now and I want to share it with you. And that is in regards to black walnuts. What does that have to do with anything? Let me explain it to you. Let me break it down, okay? We have just about an acre and a half here and we have a lot of trees and most of our trees are black walnut trees. So when this time of year comes around, there's a lot of black walnuts falling into the yard. Now when they fall, they are not small like a walnut. They are big green balls between the size of a golf ball or a tennis ball, so somewhere between that size. So we want to move them out of the yard, either so we don't trip on them or so that way the mower doesn't mow them over. So we spend hours upon hours and days upon days and weeks upon weeks picking up these black walnuts. I've been spending so much time with these black walnuts that I can't stop thinking about them. But as I've been working in the yard, I've been kind of finding parallels between black walnuts and our lives. So we have our lives, our goals, our business, whatever it may be. We're all nuts. So let's explain how we are nuts, okay? Look at this gorgeous black walnut cake. Looks soft and fluffy and tasty and sweet. Some people absolutely love black walnut cake. Some people don't, and that's okay. Just like some people love to hear about your dreams or your goals and why other people might not. You just might not be their cup of tea, and that's okay, right? So these walnuts, they didn't just fall and go into the cake, okay? There was a journey, a process between the time that they fell from the tree to the time that they were ready to go in the cake. Now imagine those who have achieved the successes, the goals that you are working towards, maybe at the top of your business. Imagine those top leaders. And most people would look at those people and say, wow, they are so lucky. But I guarantee you that if you would sit down and ask those who have found success or who have reached their goals, I bet luck had nothing to do with their successes. They have all had steps in their journey along the way, very similar to the steps in the journey of a walnut. So the first thing the walnut needs to do is be moved away from the mower, moved to a safe place. That way, if it's not moved and the mower hits it, it could be completely obliterated. Just like sometimes we as humans are completely knocked down before we even get a chance to stand. Now sometimes we miss some black walnuts and the mower hits it anyway. Every once in a while, some of these walnuts will stay intact anyway. That would be like us, those who are knocking us down or being knocked down. We'd need to sometimes just let things roll off our back and stand up and stand strong and keep pushing forward. Now, there are layers in a black walnut, and the first one is the green hull on the outside. Now, in order to get to the shell, the next layer of the walnut, that hull has to go through much work. And a lot of times, what is going on underneath is not seen to the outside. So the walnut looks the same, even though there's a lot of things going on inside. When it's in this process, if you were to break it open, you would find nasty, black, gross, yucky stuff, okay? Now, picture that as our behind the scenes work. If you're a network marketer, it's the behind the scenes of, messaging your customers, different things like that. If your goals are fitness related, it's that day in and day out, exercising and making good food choices. Whatever your dream is, whatever your goal is, it's that daily in and out work that sometimes others don't see. So once the hull is removed, once it's ready to go and the hull is removed, you find the shell to the walnut. It's still not ready though. The walnut still is not ready. If you were to try to break open that shell, the meat inside is what it's called, the nut inside would be hard to pull away from the shell. So you have to give that time to let the nut inside kind of dry out a little bit before you break it open and consume it. It's just like our business. A lot of times it just takes time. It just takes that daily time. So once that shell is dry, then you can crack it open. There's a gorgeous nut inside. You can eat it right like that. You can bake it. You can do whatever you want to with it. Okay. Now also in comparison to black walnuts, there are thousands of them. I mean, literally thousands of black walnuts just in our yard alone. Okay. Some of them fall off the tree at different times. Some of them ripen faster. Some of them take a little bit longer till they're ready. Some are crushed by the mower and they just completely give up. And others are crushed by the mower, but they persevere and they still continue to become a nut that can be used. Just like us, there are millions of us people in this world. We all start at different times. Sometimes our success is faster. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Sometimes we're knocked down and we just give up. Other times there's those who are knocked down, but they just keep moving forward. So each nut, just like each person, has the same potential for success. We all have potential for success. The difference is what amount of work are we willing to put into it? Are you willing to put in the work that you need to find the success that you're dreaming of?